Hello and welcome back to Unkova channel. Today, I've got an emotional and gripping story that will leave you on the edge of your seat. It's called Shattered Truths, and it's all about family secrets, betrayal, and the difficult choices we have to make when our world comes crashing down. Trust me, you'll want to stick around for this one because the twists just keep coming. Without further ado, let's jump into part 1 of Shattered Truths. Part 1. The Perfect Life. Our story begins with Amaka Young, a successful woman who's everything going for her. She's got a great career in the fashion industry, a loving fiancé named Kelechi, and a supportive group of friends. To everyone around her, her life seems perfect. She's planning her dream wedding, and everything is falling into place. But behind the scenes, there's tension brewing. One night, Amaka's mother receives a strange phone call, and her reaction makes Amaka feeling uneasy. Her mother, who is usually calm and collected, seems anxious, and it isn't the first time Amaka has noticed odd behavior. She starts to wonder if there's something her parents are hiding, something that's been kept from her for years. But Amaka is torn. Should she dig into her family's secrets, or should she focus on the biggest day of her life, her wedding, which is just around the corner? Amaka overhears her parents arguing late one night, and her mother mentions a name she's never heard before, a name that sends chills down Amaka's spine. Chima? Who is Chima? And what is his connection to Amaka's family? Stay tuned, because things are about to get complicated. Part 2. The Hidden Past. Amaka's curiosity gets the best of her, and she starts digging. She asks her mother about Chima, but her mother brushes it off, saying it's a misunderstanding. Unsatisfied with the vague response, Amaka reaches out to her uncle, someone who has always been cryptic about their family's past. What she uncovers changes everything. Amaka learns that her father had an affair many years ago, and Chima is the result of that affair, a half-brother Amaka never knew existed. Not only that, but her father has been secretly supporting Chima and his mother for years, all while keeping it hidden from Amaka and her mother. Amaka's world begins to crumble. How could her father, the man she always admired, have betrayed her family so deeply? Feeling lost and betrayed, she confronts her parents. Her father admits to the affair, but insists that he's been trying to make up for his mistake ever since. Amaka's mother reveals that she's known about Chima for years, but chose to stay silent to protect the family. The truth shatters everything Amaka believed about her parents' perfect marriage. Amaka is now faced with an impossible decision. Does she confront Chima, the half-brother she never knew she had? And how will she tell Kelechi, her fiancé, about the betrayal in her family just weeks before their wedding? Part 3. The Confrontation. Unable to ignore the situation any longer, Amaka decides to meet Chima. To her surprise, Chima isn't the villain she expected him to be. He's calm, intelligent, and wants nothing more than to have a relationship with his sister. But Chima harbors resentment toward their father, feeling like he was abandoned while Amaka grew up with a perfect life. As Amaka gets to know Chima, she begins to see the cracks in her own family's perfect image. Chima reveals that their father has been playing both sides, pretending to be the perfect dad to Amaka, while neglecting his responsibilities to Chima and his mother. This revelation hits Amaka hard. She realizes that her father isn't the man she thought he was, and the weight of the secret makes her question everything about her own life and relationships. Meanwhile, Kelechi senses something is wrong. He can feel Amaka pulling away, but she's too caught up in the chaos of her family's unraveling to tell him the truth. On the eve of her wedding, Chima drops another bombshell. Their father wasn't just involved in an affair, he was in love with Chima's mother and had planned to leave Amaka's mother for her. Amaka is left standing at a crossroads. Can she still go through with her wedding, knowing the weight of these lies? Part 4. The breakdown. The pressure becomes too much for Amaka to handle. She's days away from her wedding, but she feels like her entire world is crumbling around her. The love she believed in, the marriage she thought was perfect, was built on lies. Her father's betrayal has shaken her to the core, and she begins to doubt whether true love even exists. Kelechi, who has been patient and supportive, finally confronts Amaka. He demands to know what's going on. Sensing that something is deeply wrong, Amaka breaks down and tells him everything about her father's affair, Chima, and the lies that have destroyed her family. Kelechi is shocked, but he reassures her that they can get through this together. He loves her and believes in their future. But Amaka is unsure. She feels like her life is spiraling out of control, and she doesn't know if love is enough to fix the damage that's been done. On the day of her wedding, Amaka receives a letter from her father. In it, he confesses his love for Chima's mother and admits that he stayed in his marriage out of guilt, not love. He reveals that he's leaving to start a new life with Chima's mother. Amaka is left standing in her wedding dress, unsure of what to do next. Part 5. The choice. Amaka is faced with an impossible choice. She's minutes away from walking down the aisle, but she can't shake the feeling that everything in her life is a lie. Her father's confession, the revelation of Chima, and the lies her parents built their marriage on. How can she move forward with her own wedding when her trust and love has been shattered? Her friends and family are waiting. Kelechi is at the altar, but Amaka is frozen, unsure if she can take this step or if she's about to walk away from everything. As the doors to the chapel open, Amaka takes a deep breath and starts walking. But instead of walking toward the altar, she turns and walks in the opposite direction, leaving everyone stunned. Where is Amaka going? Is she leaving Kelechi and her family behind? Or is she starting a new chapter in her life? Stay tuned to find out what happens next. Part 6, to be continued, and that's where we'll leave off for now. If you're hooked, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next part of Shattered Truths. This story has only just begun, and trust me, there are plenty more twists and turns ahead. If you're enjoying this story, let me know in the comments. What do you think Amaka should do next? Should she confront her father or focus on her future with Kelechi? Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay tuned and stay blessed.